Who are you supposed to be?
I'm a trophy husband.
Nailed it.
Who are you supposed to be?
A hotter version of myself.
Needs a little work.
Hello and welcome to Hardly Working, the show about life, love, and labor, hosted by the couple that works, plays, and stays together. I'm Kellie.
And I'm SP. I never know what version of you I'm going to get when you start the intro.
What do you mean?
I was like, we got a high energy version.
Yeah.
A version that is pumped full of candy because we're so close to
'Cause
Halloween.
it's Halloween time, baby.
I ate too much candy last night, and I'm not a candy eater, but you
ate-
were gone.
I'm so sorry. You ate candy?
Yeah, and by too much, I mean probably like 5 or 6
What
pieces.
candy do we have?
The Sour Patch watermelon, and I'm not a candy person, and I'm not a sour candy person, but it was there, and it was pretty good.
Did you eat the rest of that chocolate bar?
Which chocolate bar?
The good one with the toffee and
The Tonys or whatever.
Mhm.
We had that a couple days ago.
Oh, did you eat it?
You
all
turned
then?
it away.
I took a bite. No,
Oh no, you ate it. Brooklyn turned it away.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Wow, watermelon sour patch. Really?
Yeah, I think it's a sleeper.
That
sleeper
wouldn't-
hit.
No, that wouldn't be the candy that I would think to get for you.
Me
Not
either,
gonna
and
lie.
I wouldn't want it, but I did, and it was great. I don't even know why it was in our house. How did it get there?
Harry Potter movie day.
Oh, so it's been there for a minute then,
Mhm.
for like 2 months.
Do you like how I knew exactly?
That's pretty weird.
It was one of the ones Brooklyn really wanted.
At Target or something.
Yeah, that I thought she got for her other mom. But then when we were leaving the house, she's like, I want this. And then she never went back to it. But she tends to be that way. Love her.
Yeah.
But I think about, like, we just went to, I took her to Trader Joe's after school. Welcome
Yeah.
to our life. Took her to Trader Joe's after school one day last week when you weren't here. And we got our favorite, like, pumpkin, like little pumpkin mousse cakes.
Yeah.
But then she saw like a pumpkin cake with cream cheese frosting, and we got it and I was like, okay, we're gonna eat it. It's gonna be so fun. And I swear that kid was like, oh, what's for dessert? And I was like, oh, the pumpkin thing you picked out. She goes, well, let me see what else there is.
What are my other options?
I was like, there are no other options. This is what we got.
Yeah, that's our
I
girl.
got it for you.
That's our girl.
She didn't like that answer, but she ate it.
Yeah, that's all gone now too.
Mhm.
Yep.
Did you eat the rest of that last night?
There wasn't much left, so me and B ate it. It was great.
Great. It was really good. 10 out of 10 recommend Trader Joe's like holiday seasonal snacks or goodies. They're sure yummy.
Not as good
Sour.
as Sprouts fall goodies because
You are the Sprouts spokesperson this year.
Yeah.
Once again.
yeah, I've not seen it
Sprouts.
anywhere.
I recall, I don't really remember that episode very much, but
Someone
recall
was telling us about it recently.
I recall Sprouts' items being very good.
I believe they were good, but I also think there was no clear winner between Target, Sprouts, and Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Like
They each had good
each
things.
had something good.
and
I
then
think
something
Target
maybe
had the
not great.
best thing for you.
Oh, I know. Those wasn't it like the
cookies.
apple pie or something like that?
Yeah, apple pie
I
cookies.
need you to know that I've looked for it every time I've walked by the little section. They don't seem to have boxes like that yet.
Nope. Well, we're in the thick of
So
fall,
maybe
so
in
we
November.
might have them, but we are at the
Thanksgiving.
end of spooky season. That's
Spooky,
right.
scary skeletons. Can I sing that on here?
Sure.
Send shivers down your spine.
There's no rules. There's no rules.
Flagged. Just kidding.
We did get flagged 2 weeks ago, though, for all the music we played. But they were like, you're not in Twubble. I was like, really? Did Halloween Spooks give me a copyright flag?
Yeah.
No, but it did get me flagged.
The monster mash.
Sure,
Remember
yeah,
that
the Monster Smash. It was a graveyard mash.
Smashing. Ugh.
But it is the last week of spooky season. Hope it's been fun. I was like, particularly spooky is what I thought in my head. And I was like, I hope your life hasn't been that spooky, whoever you are.
Yeah, but it is the last week of spooky season, and I just did my first Halloween party
Ever? Really? You've never done one? Because you got more coming up.
Yeah, I know. No, I did. And I apologize. This is true. I know what the word is. I feel like I never say it right.
Halloween?
No.
Hawaii?
But I just did the dance party to end Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's. Is it all?
It's not
is
like
it alts?
old timers, like
But it has a Z.
timers.
It's ALZ. You say it.
Alzheimer's. Alts.
Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's.
Yes.
I know what the word is.
We ended a disease this week.
But here's the
this is
thing.
what Kellie's saying.
Do you know what's funny? Is I do think that word is a word that nobody really knows how to say, so nobody corrects you. If you're close enough, people are
Yeah.
like, yeah. Maybe that's the right way. I don't
It's a
know.
little ironic. No one remembers how to say it right. It's kind of like
They did make it very hard.
it's kind of like making the word lisp
Yeah,
be
for people.
impossible to say
Lisp.
if you have one.
I have a lisp.
A lisp.
It's so weird. But I just did a Halloween party for that.
Yeah, you did. You ended Alzheimer's.
No,
well,
I
we
didn't.
tried.
We tried to find the cure, which someone did dress up as the Cure, like
Oh, that's
the band.
good. I thought
Yeah.
they're like, we dressed up as the disease.
No, as the but that was
like,
the
that's
joke. The
dark.
Cure. I think she was one of the people that put it on. But yeah, it was really fun. We had a great
Nice.
time.
Any
You weren't
celebrities there?
Lots of celebrities. Could I tell you any of who they are? No, and that's bad. I'm very bad at that.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of Hallmark celebrities. Wow. Jonathan Bennett.
Sorry, you just like
I went-
hawk to it.
I didn't hawk to it. Don't say that.
Oh, you got the first half.
I'm going to look up this person's name because then I'll actually have it. Melissa Peterman.
Melissa Peterman was there.
You don't know who that is. This girl.
Spoilers. Melissa Peterman. Oh, she's the one you said was on Reba or something.
Yeah. She hosted and Jonathan Bennett hosted, which are probably the two notable names. There was a guy there from, like the main guy from the TV show Nashville, if you remember that show way back when.
I know.
I don't know his name. I think his son performed
Nice.
something. I had someone lie to me, which I found
Wow.
out this morning. Remember when I was
don't
like,
even know this.
no, last night in bed, here's the deal. There was a
What?
there's a
Wait,
whole story.
someone lied to you last night in bed? I feel like we
No.
need more details.
I was telling you a story last night in bed. Listen, it was a great story because I was talking to this person and I was like, oh, the people you're with like look very familiar. And everyone's in costumes. You have to know that too. Like, it's not like a normal event where
Right.
you're seeing people that you're like, oh, like that's that person. It's like you're seeing people that are also in a costume playing a different character that you're like,
Yeah.
maybe I know you. Like, I'm pretty sure Jonathan Bennett's husband got in my
Yeah.
booth. You were the one who were like, isn't that his husband? I was like, I don't know. He was
Yeah.
dressed up as a Viking. How am I supposed to know? I have no idea. And I just don't care. I'm just there to take photos and make people have a great time. And they did. But this one girl, we got to the fact that my last name was McGillicuddy.
Ah.
And she was like, oh my gosh, that's my fake name. And I was like, well, that's my real name. And she's like, my name is Amy. Her name is not Amy.
Oh, who is it?
I don't know if I should say her name on here. Her name is Riley Weston.
Who's that?
I don't know. She is an actress, a screenwriter, and she wrote a book. I know that now. But I was like, what a weird, and she was very nice and I liked her. She was very kind. But I was like, what a weird thing to choose to like on the spot make up a character and like not tell me the truth.
Maybe
I was like,
she
I don't
was in character for a role.
No. And here's the deal. I don't particularly care. What I said to you last night and what's true is I do enough of these events now that y'all are just people. We're all just people.
Yeah.
Bar Taylor Swift being in my booth, taking a photo. I don't think there's really anybody that I would be like super shocked to see. I'm just going to treat everybody like a human because that's what we are. So it's just a very interesting thing to be like, I'm at this event because someone I know that I really like referred me, which is great. Then I've done a ton of her events and she's in the industry. I was like, it's such a weird thing. So anyways, but I found out this morning because I was scrolling through my friend Shayna's thing and she had reposted a picture with this person. And so it had her Instagram handle. And I was like, that's not what you told me your name was.
What Kelly's trying to say is, so you're on a TV show? That don't impress me much.
Oh. We're gonna get flagged.
I don't think just by singing it, you'll get flagged. Who's that? Shania Twain?
Yeah.
That's close to Reba, keeping it,
Sure.
within the story.
But isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy
was
that
a
a
whole
celebrity
thing.
would lie to you about her name.
I mean,
What you
name of all
didn't say
things.
was like, she even said, how do you spell your name? With a Y or an I?
Oh, it was a whole thing because her sister's name is Kellie as well.
But
Her name is Amy,
yeah.
Aimee, which I know an Amy spelled that way. And so it really stuck with me. She came back later into the booth and I was like, hey, Amy. And she was like, you remembered.
Maybe she's like, McGillicuddy. Well, my fake name is Amy.
Amy McGillicuddy, which is fine. But I was like, what a weird thing. And did I told you this too. We also had, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it really is her name, but I looked her up and I was like, no. And she's done this before. She changed name in the past and she lied about her age.
What?
It's
you
a whole
sure this
thing.
isn't Anna Delevingne or
Delvey. No,
Delvey?
it's not. But
I think I just created a
she
new
came
person.
back and we talked about like our kind of growing up in the church and stuff like that.
What?
She was the one who was like, I've said her
And
name.
Riley-
I've said her name now, so I don't want to like.
Devout Buddhist. We all know that. So she made that
But
up
she said
too?
she went to Cornerstone with like Francis Chan. Do you remember? In bed, I was telling you about this. Is it all coming
I
back
do
to you?
remember. Well, I remember all that. Yeah. Yeah.
I know
Wow.
it was an event for Alzheimer's, but like, is it coming back to you now?
Oh, too soon. Too soon.
Sorry, that was mean.
Oh my gosh. Well,
but isn't that crazy? Because I woke up this morning
crazy.
and saw that and was like, and I was like, maybe it's her middle name. No. Wikipedia. No.
wow, you really went down the rabbit hole this morning.
Because I felt lied to.
Yeah. Don't
I
lie
was
to my
like,
wife.
I
She will-
bonded with
she
this
will
person.
find out.
She was like, I'll be your friend. And here was the deal. Like, truly, I really feel this way that I've done enough events now. Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, you'd be my friend. I'm like, cool. Like, I'm very cool. I feel like you have to say you're very cool. Maybe you're not very cool with these things. But like, truly, I was like, okay. I didn't recognize her. She didn't look famous to me. So I was like, whatever. But I was like, what a weird thing. What a weird... I like bonded with you, Riley, Amy, whoever you are.
Look. We already had
like
to
you.
apologize for how fiery you got on Hardly Working
I know.
Through It. We don't
I'll
have any
drop
more
it.
apologies to give. You
I'll
got
drop
to
it.
calm it down,
But I
lady.
just wanted to share it with you because it was like one of the big stories I told you last night as we were going to sleep when I got home, only to wake up this morning and find out that it wasn't true. So
Yeah.
that was my experience. You're welcome.
I'm glad you got through it. You hardly worked through it. And speaking of hardly working through it, thanks to everybody who gave us a ton of great feedback on hardly working through it. Probably the most feedback we've gotten from people ever. Good and bad, actually.
Yeah, thank you to the person who told us that we were not smart.
Ignorant and unintelligent. It was nice. I don't know what they were talking about. It was a 75-minute podcast. Could have been anything.
I don't know.
And also,
But I'm sure he'll go listen to his
I don't disagree.
lyric
Yeah.
worship songs.
But anyway, lots of nice things people said from the content, from not knowing what dating is like in the church, from
Oh, yeah.
the new music for the show to your
Everything.
expressing your expectation or what was expected of you as
Oh,
25. You're like,
And being
we got
told that
a
was normal.
ton of feedback
Thanks,
on it.
guys.
So it was really fun. Thank you. We'll keep it up. And we'll keep hardly working through it together with you. And always hit us up if you got something you want to talk about or hear talked about. You can hit us up on our socials, TikTok and Instagram at It's
Hardly Working.
That's at It's
Hardly Working.
Or you can email us. We still check that occasionally, which is hardlyworkingfans@gmail.com.
Do you check that?
It's on my phone, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I know. But mostly it's just
Oh,
TikTok.
I was supposed to post a picture about our first date too. I'll do that today.
Yeah, she will. Maybe.
I will.
But regardless, we are at the end of the month, the end of spooky season. In fact, the day this episode drops, there is only one day until Halloween. One last day to get your costumes, to run to Target to get candy.
Good luck.
Do people even give out candy? Do you think Halloween's going to be around for very much longer in the way that it's been?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't. So we'll save it for unpopular opinions.
Okay.
I'm just
We'll
kidding.
be working Halloween, so I don't have to get any candy
No,
or
but I'm
give
just
any
saying,
candy.
like,
I gotta dress up though.
are we still doing like knock on a stranger's house and get food from them?
Yes.
Like that seems like a poverty.
I think
time
it's needed.
activity. Like for fun.
For social interaction.
Yeah, probably true. Anyway,
So.
other things happened today though, since that's not till tomorrow, or maybe when you're listening, it's already happened. We don't know, but it's time for That Happened Today? For October 30th. This time I actually
Thanks,
wrote
October
it
30th.
down. It may seem like a stretch,
Okay.
but do you remember the days where there was the power of radio?
Yeah. I'm not
Do
that
you?
old.
Well,
or
I
that
know,
young.
but you know, when like for instance, we used to like when I was learning how to drive. Of course, there were CDs
Yeah, you
and stuff.
105.1.
105.1. What is that?
Country music station.
No, the closest I would get to that would be 105.9.
That's like the hard rock station, isn't it?
No, baby, that's Power 106. That's hip hop. But I was a K Rock guy myself.
that's what I was-
106.7.
That's what I was thinking.
K Rock, lots of Kevin and Bean and Ralph in the morning.
102.7.
Kiss FM. Okay, now that we've hit the major stations,
Yeah.
shout out to Star 98.7, which is not Star anymore, but it used to be.
Okay.
Radio used to be a huge source of entertainment.
Yeah.
Never more than 86 years ago, in 1938, when Orson Welles broadcast his book War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
That not only, it wasn't like, let's all listen to an audio book. What's
No,
an audio?
people thought it was a real
People thought it was real.
a real thing. Yeah. Are you impressed that I knew that?
Kind of, but you're a smart cookie.
Yeah.
I
They
figured
thought
you
it was
might.
real, really happening.
Yep.
Which War of the Worlds
is about an alien
Yeah,
invasion.
it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
And they thought it was happening live.
Yeah, it says the realistic presentation of the material caused panic among some listeners who believed an alien invasion was actually
because he wasn't just
occurring.
reading the book. It was like
He was doing it.
It was like being
a news
acted
reporter or
out.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened 86 years ago for all of you people who are older than 86 and remember that happening. But shout out to Orson Welles.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
what
you
a time
wonder
to be
why
alive.
there's misinformation and trust issues from the media. It all started 83-ish years ago.
Thanks, October 30th.
Thanks. But 10 years prior to that, am I getting my math right? I'm not. 7 years before that, 93 years ago, we all got the answer to a very important question.
It's going to be a song.
It's not.
Okay.
The answer to how big is it? Because you can always look in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, for the answer to see Christ the Redeemer with his arms spread wide, showing the answer to that question because in 1931 was the iconic completion of the Christ the Redeemer statue.
Thanks, October 30th.
It's kind of a big deal. It's like one of the modern wonders of the world, isn't it?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yes.
I don't know.
It is
So
one of the modern.
that happened 93 years ago. Yeah. Look, it is one of the new 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new 7 wonders of the world.
We probably talked about this on the show. Not only could I not give you the new wonders, I couldn't give you most of the old 7. Could you? Here we go. Hit me with them.
Great Wall of China.
Sure.
The Pyramid of Giza.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Niagara Falls is on that list.
That seems like a new one.
No.
I'm going to give you half credit for that.
Do you have the list?
No.
Well, wonders of the world. I was going to say the Hanging Gardens because in my head that's something.
I think, are they gardens or is it a library?
It might be both, but now we're going to look it up and find out. But I'm pretty sure the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Of
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
It's not Babylon. I don't know what it is.
Remember when I started?
Are you looking up the 7 old wonders?
Yeah, remember when I started this whole thing where I was like,
And I'll
I
look
can't
up-
name any
I'll
of
look up the
this.
7 new wonders.
Perfect. Here are the 7 old wonders. The Great Pyramid of Giza
Okay,
in
I nailed
Egypt.
it.
The Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Aha! Did I not say that?
Yeah, I called it a library. You did.
I
The
did.
statue of Zeus at Olympia.
Oh,
Missed that
yes.
one. Temple of Artemis at Ephesus.
Yep,
Missed
yep.
that one. The mausoleum at, Halicarnassus. Missed that one. Colossus of Rhodes. Missed that one. Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Oh, Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Missed that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So you got 2 out of 5.
Okay, so listen. So some of mine are going to be on the 7 new wonders of the world.
Do you have one?
So I said,
I can tell you what the 7
you
new
have
ones.
them?
I
Wait.
mean, I just go faster
But
than
I
you.
said
Okay, go
Great
for
Wall
it.
of China.
That is one of them.
the Niagara Falls.
Still typing, so we will see. It is not on there.
Really?
Not on there.
Okay. Well, Great Wall of China. I would probably say. Well, you just said it. This guy.
His name is Jesus.
Jesus.
Christ the Redeemer
Christ the
statue.
Redeemer statue.
Okay. There's another pyramid on here.
Yeah. Truly, I was about to say. I think one of the there's
In
like
fact,
another.
there's a couple, I think.
Maybe an Aztec pyramid.
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
How about Machu Picchu?
Oh, Machu Picchu. That makes sense. See, those
Uh-huh.
I would say would be old wonders, but I guess it makes sense whether or not. Because,
What about Chichen Itza?
Yeah. Chichen Itza.
That's
Oh,
on there. That's 3 out
Okay.
of the 7.
Keep going. I don't know anymore.
How about you've been to this one? It's a place where you
In
could
Israel?
you could grab a gelato and walk through this place, baby.
Oh, the
But
Vatican.
careful. No.
Oh, Venice? The Great
No.
Canals?
No.
You said grab a gelato. Oh,
You
the
could-
Roman? The Colosseum.
Colosseum,
Who am I?
baby. You gotta see them. Petra. It's an ancient city in Jordan.
Yeah.
Roman Colosseum, which we said, and the Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure we hit all 7. Great Wall of China, Petra in Jordan, Christ the Redeemer, Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza, Roman Colosseum, and the Taj Mahal.
All right.
So all that to say, Christ the Redeemer statue was
right.
finished 93 years ago, and we don't know
It's
any of the 14 really,
still
ancient or new.
Not here.
What?
I was like, well, maybe Niagara Falls is a part of the 7 natural world wonders of.
That's the thing?
Yeah. Do you have any natural wonders of the world?
Do you know what they are?
I do. I have them here.
Okay. Natural wonders of the world.
One of them I want to see really badly.
Northern Lights,
Yep.
which actually might come up in our stories later.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got one. Natural wonders, I'm going to say Is there a waterfall on the list?
Yeah.
Great. And it's not Niagara Falls.
You're never going to get it. Victoria Falls, located
Okay.
on the border of
in
Zambia
Canada.
and Zimbabwe.
That's what I said. Natural wonders of the world.
Tallest mountain in the world.
Yeah, Mount Everest.
Yep.
I was definitely getting there.
The one of them is here in the United States.
One of them is here, Yosemite, Yellowstone.
No, natural wonders of the world.
Arches.
I don't know that you've ever been there. That's not a natural wonder.
The arches that exist in nature in the national park in Utah do exist, and they are natural.
No, think bigger. In Arizona.
Have to.
Colorado.
Grand Canyon, baby.
Yeah. One of them's in Australia. It's under the sea. That's good. Great Barrier Reef. Yep. Then you have
I should have done this for you.
Pericuten, located in the state of Michoacán, Mexico, the cinder cone volcano that erupted between 1943 and 1952.
Sure.
And the harbor of Rio de Janeiro. Natural beauty was formed by the Atlantic Ocean eroding the coast.
long for Rio de Janeiro. I long for it. Rio is just for Mio. A zing a zing.
Are you singing the words?
That was something we learned in like third grade.
Welcome to that, or you're welcome for that segment.
You're welcome, October 30th.
Of the World Wonders. Man, I'm really surprised that Niagara Falls is not on that list. And why do I think that it is?
Turns out it's not on any list.
Wait, can I say this though? My mom will appreciate this. Do you know that there was one? So we did lots of chili cook-offs growing up, which I know you know, which we traveled
Niagara
around.
Falls?
No, but we did go to a lot of different places, and a lot of them had casinos and things like that. But there was
Shocker.
one time I was with my mom, and she was walking. We were walking into the hotel from wherever we were, and some guy stopped her and said, "Wow, do you know what the eighth wonder of the world is?" And my mom said, "No." And he said, "Well, I'm looking at her."
Wow. And then her dad punched that guy in the face.
Dad wasn't there. But isn't that, he was there. He just wasn't like
and
there.
that's how I met your father.
And that's isn't that funny though? I was like, what a great line. Have you ever heard of the eighth wonder of the world?
Is that a great line?
I'm looking at her.
Would that work on you if I, a stranger, was just like, hey, do you know what the eighth wonder of the world is? Spoiler alert.
No, different time.
It's
Different time.
you.
Different time.
Yeah, so is it really that good?
No, but I just thought my mom was like on cloud 9 for the rest of the day.
Of course.
Because she was like,
she loves
he
a
just
good
called me
compliment.
gorgeous. And you know, Mom, you are gorgeous.
That happened to her recently. If you don't remember, it was something like
I was
maybe
like,
your daughter or something like that. Like, are you Mrs. Sweeney or is your mom around? Don't you remember something like that?
yeah, you're killing the story.
Thank you. Niagara
Thanks,
Falls.
October 30.
Oh, here's what we need to know.
Anyways, I just need to
Melody
share.
Sweeney, eighth wonder of the world.
Eighth wonder of the world. She's
There
on
you
the
go.
list.
Other things that happened on October 30th. Staples Center opened. Remember the Staples Center?
Doesn't
back
exist
before
anymore. Cryptocurrency Center. What's a stupid name?
Stupid. It's so dumb.
It'll always be the Staples Center to me.
When you were a kid, did you understand that it was Staples the company?
Yes.
I didn't. I really thought it was just like actual Staples.
I think that's why it was confusing why it had been the Staples Center for so long, because I thought that Staples went out of business.
I don't know if they did, but it seems like every company that in the 90s and 2000s could afford an arena probably doesn't exist anymore.
But cryptocurrency.com arena is stupid. I've been to both.
Well,
They're the one and the same, but
you've been to it since it's been crypto?
did I not go see? Oh,
You're
that's
at SoFi,
not,
baby.
That's SoFi.
Yeah,
You're right.
so
I
we
was going
haven't
to say,
been
did I
there
not
since
see
it's been
Beyonce there? But
crypto.
Beyonce was at SoFi.
A couple other ones worth
And so was
mentioning.
Tay-Tay.
I don't know how you feel about this person, but he's America's sweetheart, even though he might not be American. Who knows? Henry Winkler's birthday.
Oh,
the
Henry
Fonz
Winkler.
himself, who has continued on.
I just saw him on a
Really?
clip recently.
I was like on a gig. On
No,
what?
that'd be cool. No.
But like to hold on to fame from Happy Days all the way through now with Barry, and he was on Parks and Rec for a long time.
Well, yeah,
like,
Jenny
Slate?
was being interviewed by Drew Barrymore, and Henry Winkler was in the audience.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Can I have my money back?
Money, please.
Money, please."
If you don't know, yeah, he plays Jenny Slate's or Mona Lisa in this case, Mona Lisa's
dad,
father and
yeah.
John Ralphio's father in Parks and Rec. That little triad is just
They're
so
perfect.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, is anyone better than Ben Schwartz?
No,
No.
I would pay a lot of money to see him live.
We probably will go see Ben Schwartz and Friends at some point.
I would love to. He is so funny. I just want to be his friend.
He's so funny. And Jenny Slate, equally
She's hilarious.
fantastic, funny, amazing.
Thanks,
And,
October 30th.
Yeah, all that to say,
For
Henry Winkler.
Thank you for him.
Very funny.
Thank you.
Trailblazers, the Fonz, A
Hey.
couple other things. Oh, somehow we always, I don't know if it's the fall. I don't know if, wars and stuff just start in the fall, but we always hit them. We've talked about, since we started the segment like less than a month ago, we've had the start of World War I, World War II. We had the first shots fired at Fort Sumter, starting the U.S. Civil War 164 years ago today.
Thanks, October 30th.
I guess. Some might say that war is still being fought today.
Yeah.
But
not here.
The flip side of news like that is the first woman elected to the U.S. Senate happened 92 years ago.
Oh, what's her name?
That's a great question.
Oh, my God.
Hattie Caraway.
Hattie Caraway.
Hattie. I'm going to go with Hattie.
That's how you
Hattie
say it.
Caraway of Arkansas, of all places.
Thanks, Hattie.
Shout out to all of our Arkansas listeners. I'm sure it's lovely.
Thanks, Hattie Caraway.
1932, she was elected. Historic moment for all women. No,
Yeah.
nay, all people. Truly, truly, truly. A couple other things. Last thing that happened this day, which I wanted to mention because right now the Dodgers are in the World Series.
Yeah, they are.
Against the New York Yankees.
They're going to win, too.
But 68 years ago, in 1956, was the first World Series perfect game.
Wow.
Yep, which means a pitcher pitched the game, no hits, no runs, no anything.
That's hard.
Perfect
In the World Series.
game. Yes. It says it was Don Larson, and guess who was playing?
The Dodgers.
The Yankees and the Dodgers.
That's right.
68 years ago on
Who won?
day. Who won the game?
No, the World Series. What year was it?
The actual World Series. 1956.
The Dodgers won, didn't they?
Well, at least in this game, it says leading the New York Yankees to victory over the Brooklyn Dodgers. Oh my gosh, this was New York versus Brooklyn back then.
Brookie B.
New York's got too many teams.
Not anymore. Dodgers are here, baby.
I know, but they've got like the New York Nets, Knicks, Mets, Yankees, Rangers. I don't know. Giants. Too many. Bills. They got too many. They're such a small state.
Bills.
Only two movies worth talking about that came out today.
Okay.
First was Sleepy Hollow in 1999, starring Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci. You ever see that one?
No, but wow, they're both great.
Which is kind of like the Headless Horseman tale, right?
I know there was a TV show called Sleepy Hollow.
Yes, much later after that.
I know they partnered with Bones.
And then, did you ever have any affinity for Donnie Darko growing up?
No, I've seen it. I didn't understand it.
I kind of ran in circles of people that like were obsessive over it.
You know who likes it?
Who?
Ryan. Actually, I think he's the one I watched it with.
Yeah.
And he had the DVD of it. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. For me, it was always kind of something attached to like theater kids, kind of like Rocky Horror Picture.
I am a theater kid.
Show. That's why I thought you might like it or know it.
I don't think I understood it. Like I couldn't even tell you anything about it other than I know that it's like based basically all at nighttime.
Donnie Darko?
Isn't it?
I don't know. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Is that from there?
I mean, it's in it. Thanks, Donnie Darko.
Thanks, October 30th.
And that is all the things worth mentioning.
Thanks, October 30th, for everything you brought us.
Which is
Henry Winkler being the best. Thank you.
I don't know.
And thanks, Hattie.
And thanks, modern marvels of the world.
Sure.
How big is it? It's going to work great on audio.
Yeah. This big. Okay, sorry.
All right. So we've got so many stories this week, so much to talk about.
Let's do it.
But I will say, not only is it the end of spooky season, which means we have kind of the spookiest stories, but also trigger warning for people that a handful of these stories involve dead people, essentially. I don't know how else to say it. So if that's something you're sensitive to in the season, as we know a handful of our friends are right now, just know that's what's coming. This is one of those articles that kind of need to be read. It's not that long, but it is a weird one. People magazine reported that mummified man's body found on toilet in California amid search for missing woman. Lot going on here. You okay? You gonna be okay?
Okay. All right. What crazy Bones episode is this? CSI episode.
I guess it does feel like a Bones episode.
Yeah.
So what caught you off guard the most out of that title?
Mummified man on toilet.
Yeah,
I was like, you can be a mummified man. You can be found on the toilet. But to be found mummified on the toilet?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
You've been there for a while.
I was going to get into this segment and be like, what would be like the scariest monster to find in your house? Because I feel like a mummy would be the least frightening. And I decided just to go straight into it
Good.
instead.
Keep going.
Because the mummy's not that scary.
No.
At least when it comes to like werewolf or vampire. Yeah.
Fine.
Well, I don't think this guy was actually wrapped. He didn't like sit down, wrap himself in toilet paper and mummify
He
himself.
was just been dead for a really long time. And so.
Yes. So here's what was happening. The police were looking for oh my gosh, it's all coming together. This show's really well produced. They were looking for a 95-year-old woman with Alzheimer's. See, we have a theme. I keep forgetting what it is, but we have a theme.
It's connected. It's good.
They were looking for this woman, and somebody in her family was like, maybe check her home. Why don't you start there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you, as a family member, do that.
To check her home.
Who knows? Well, good news, bad news. The woman was not inside the home. She actually had moved to a senior home 2 years prior.
Oh my God,
Seems
this guy
like
had
a
been
long
dead
time.
for that long.
Possibly,
By
but
himself,
also,
'cause he just lived there.
who was like, can we do a wellness check on my family member? I haven't even thought about them for 2 years since we moved them to a retirement home.
Oh, and she has Alzheimer's, so she didn't know that her husband had died.
Wow, the stories you make up in your head are so fun.
Am I right, spot on?
No.
Okay, tell me the
Not
story.
spot on.
Am I pretty close?
So instead of finding the woman, the police did find the mummified body of a man on the toilet. Authorities described the body as quote unquote mummified because it appeared to have dried up before they arrived.
Yeah.
So you were a little bit right in that way. The man found dead is believed to be the 95-year-old woman's son.
Okay, so close.
So family, not husband. I did say you were close. They believe that he died of natural causes and no foul play was involved. Now, this is what caught me off guard. The sergeant said, it's really strangely common for us to find people in the restroom. So
Really?
Yeah. Kind of Elvis style, right?
It's very odd. Yeah.
Pushing too hard, have an aneurysm, stroke, heart attack. Who knows?
It's weird. But that makes sense because if that was her son and she didn't have any other kids, she wouldn't remember if he'd come to see her or not.
That's true.
And who would be looking for them? Because they'd be like, oh, well.
The story gets weirder and sadder. A second man was found inside the home.
A second man?
Yes.
Was he
who was
murdered?
alive. I'm telling you.
Did he have Alzheimer's?
No. Well, jury's still out. It says, appeared to be mentally ill, had mold growing out of one of his ears.
Oh.
And he's believed to be the dead man's brother. So what I know is this family doesn't communicate a lot because we didn't know where mom was. The two brothers were living in this house where mom used to live. One of them died in the bathroom. The other one never went into the bathroom or didn't know or didn't want to check.
Maybe it was not his bathroom.
Oh, I don't go in there.
If it's a house.
I haven't seen Jeremy in 2 years, but I will not go in his bathroom.
You're going to have more bathrooms. Maybe he
Maybe.
was like
We don't.
It was like an ensuite and the bathroom was attached to his bedroom.
You know what? I love the story that you're making.
Thank you.
Just go with it. Just roll with
He
it.
had mold in his ear. He doesn't know.
That's really wild.
That's gross.
The house also was littered with garbage.
Sounds right.
Had a noticeable presence of flies.
Yeah.
And of course, a foul smell. The backyard and front yard were filled with trash. The neighbors said it was piled up to 10 feet high with trash.
Yeah.
They're like, we always wondered about it because the place always seemed really creepy, but that's all they did. Can you imagine, like, what neighborhood do you have to live in for someone to have 10 feet of garbage piled up in their front yard?
I don't know. Without you calling anybody, because I'd be
Right.
like, no thanks.
For you just to be like, that's odd.
That's weird.
Odd. So anyway,
It's very odd.
check on your families is
That's sad.
what I'm saying, I guess.
I don't like that story.
Well, if you didn't like that story,
Oh, God.
you're really
Here we
not
go.
going to
Let's
like
see
this
it.
spooky story that I have for you next.
I am ready.
Kel, are you a Walmart person or a Target person?
Target.
Really?
Target.
Really?
You knew that.
Yeah,
Don't.
of course. But not everyone knows that.
No, but there are some good things at Walmart that you can only get at Walmart that I
Like spider spray?
Mouse
Oh, it's spider spray.
and spider spray.
But while you haven't worked at a Walmart, you have worked in food.
Yes.
Did you ever get worried about like,
In retail.
no, yes, retail, but this is a little bit different. Did you ever get worried about getting locked in like the walk-in fridge or freezers and stuff?
For your story, yes, I did.
Well, tell me in real life. Did you not really?
I mean, yeah, but I was a training director, and so like
You weren't going to screw it up.
no, there's safety protocols inside the walk-in that release you if you get stuck in there. There's like things that you can press and like twist and press that will like release the door so that you can actually leave. So you can't actually get locked. All those movies that are like, they got locked in. You can't actually get locked in a walk-in freezer or walk-in refrigerator because they literally have like a safety protocol, unless that fails you, in which case then you're screwed. But it is literally like a manual thing that you like twist and like push.
Yeah.
And it will let you out.
Well, if only the person in the story got locked in either a freezer or a fridge, but that's not what happened.
A heater. Not a heater, an oven.
Do you know this story?
No, but they don't have safety things, so you shouldn't be in an oven.
You know, it strikes me when we got married, we got a bunch of like mini pies, like the size of the palm of your hand.
Yeah, that's what you
from
wanted.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Which were made at Walmart.
Yeah.
In a giant oven. That could fit a person.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what, sadly, tragically, and apparently accidentally happened to this 19-year-old Walmart
come
employee.
And get your meat pies.
Oh my gosh.
Sweeney Todd.
A Kellie Sweeney Todd reference. Yeah, so sadly in Canada, on Tuesday, they started investigating after a 19-year-old Walmart employee was found dead inside the store's walk-in bakery oven.
Why'd he go in there?
They don't have any of those details because...
He died.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is he going to say something?
He's like, ooh, a sauna.
He didn't say anything. But it happened in Nova Scotia, Canada. It was the woman was an employee at the store, was located in a large walk-in oven because in the store's bakery department, yada, yada, yada. They don't think there's any foul play, all this kind of stuff. But look, we need some get out of the oven things. Like you have in the freezers and fridges, and probably even in trunks. Some cars even have it in trunks.
It's a new thing now that it's like, I think it's required in all trunks to have something like that. Mind you, you can. No, I shouldn't say that.
What? No, maybe not.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to Walmart though, who one, I don't think they caused this, but two, is offering like free grief counseling to anyone who worked there, which I think is the right thing to do.
Yeah. I think it's a great thing to do. Let's just do a callback really quick. If you ever do get locked in a trunk and you can't get out, make sure you kick that light out and then stick your hand out. Let people know. Okay, everyone?
Kick the light out.
You're going to kick.
Oh, in a
like
trunk.
the brake light out of the trunk.
Sorry, I was in an
Okay,
episode.
everybody? And then you're going to put your hand out.
I'm sorry. So what episode is this from?
Any episode.
How did you learn this?
An episode of anything. I don't know. Probably Criminal Minds, maybe CSI, maybe Bone. Probably not Bones. I
don't think you can kick the light out.
You 100% can. You have to like pull back some of the lining, and then you can if you kick hard enough, you can kick the light out, and you put your hand out. That's what they tell you, the 911 operators.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, hopefully there's a little thing that you can pull up, but you can. That can malfunction and not work at times. People can make it not do that. But I'm just telling you, because we talked about it.
Now you know. If you've learned nothing from the show in 80 plus episodes. This is why
I watch so many episodes of things.
Just in case.
So I know what to do.
Just in case. Anyway, there's your tip of the day. Last story. I mean, I actually have a lot of stories, but I'm trying to be better. You mentioned earlier one of the natural wonders of the world, the current ones. I guess that's the only ones.
Yeah.
That you'd want to experience.
Northern Lights.
Yes.
Yes. What about the Northern Lights?
Can you explain what the Northern Lights are?
Aurora Borealis.
Nice. You really explained it. For people who don't know what that is.
They are lights in the sky. It's a natural phenomenon that happens mostly in Iceland. You can see it from Scotland at times. I was going to
say, but recently.
And recently you've been able to see it from the United States, which I think is crazy, but only on like the East Coast. More East. Midwest.
Parts of Canada, right?
Yeah. It's like, but it's not, and unfortunately it's not here in California.
No, it's not.
It's a natural occurring phenomenon where different lights display across the sky. Mostly greens, but this I can see is red.
So there's a few photos here of the Northern Lights. Here's another one, a little hard for you to see, Cal, but
yeah, I can see them.
And there's a shoe. So
tell me about these Northern Lights. It's a bucket list thing for me to see the Northern Lights.
Would you be pumped to see this?
That?
Yeah.
That's not what I imagine the Northern Lights to be.
Well,
Northern Lights are like the ones in the sky. Look, they were kind of painted like green and different things. Whatever these are, it looks like a red light. Like a spaceship. Like
a spaceship. Close. So if you were D. Harrison, you would be excited about this.
Okay.
Because this 56-year-old England woman was so pumped when she saw the Northern Lights
She
from
didn't
England.
see the Northern Lights.
She was so excited, soon turned to disappointment after realizing that the warm magenta color vista was in fact coming from the lights of a nearby tomato farm.
What?
But here's the deal.
Yeah, I was like, Northern Lights are normally green. That's why I was confused. Not
Yes.
always, but
So apparently there's this like giant tomato farm over there that has it's Suffolk Sweet Tomatoes LED lights that in a way, like an effort to get more attention,
Okay.
I'm assuming like fog mixed with these LED lights created a pseudo Aurora Borealis.
sure.
But let me ask you this. If you don't know it's not that, do you still just have the experience and you're like, wow, look at God, or whatever you say when you see the Aurora Borealis?
Maybe, but it's funny because when you showed me those pictures, I was like, that looks like Hollywood. It looks like a bunch of lights that they have like lit
Like
up
the
or
Hollywood
something.
Bowl in the distance or something?
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know that because Aurora Borealis is more in the sky.
That's
Like,
in the sky.
no, that looks like it's coming from behind a tree.
We'll put it on our Instagram.
Sure, we will.
Yeah, we will. No, we won't. Anyway, I still think it's pretty much like having the same experience until well, I'm also colorblind, so maybe I'm the wrong person to ask about this.
Yeah, you don't care. And I know it's okay.
But here's the deal. I don't know that we've talked about this on the show. I think it would, if you happen to see the Northern Lights, that is pretty freaking cool. To travel, though, to see them,
It's an
how much different is it
experience.
going to be seeing that than just like seeing it on TV?
So different.
Like, explain to me how it feels different to you, because I truly don't understand.
The next time Brooklyn has a talent show, I will record it, and then you can't come. I'll record it live.
Yeah.
And I'll watch her live and get to experience it.
Yeah.
And then you can watch it at home and you can tell me if it's the same thing.
Different, because that's the only time that will happen. The Northern Lights happen every Tuesday or whatever.
She does a talent show every year.
Yeah, it's once a year.
I know. I'm
It's
just saying.
more rare and it's more
I'm
special.
just saying
And
it's
in fact,
not the same.
She would be happy that I'm there. The Aurora Borealis doesn't care if I'm there.
I know. I'm just saying from an experiential point of view for you, it's not the same. Recording it versus seeing it live, it's just different. It's different.
Well, you can tell us your thoughts at It's Hardly Working, wherever your podcasters hold. I don't know. I'm sure you'll wear me down. We'll end up seeing these lights at some point.
It's fine. It's
no,
fine. It's fine.
no, we're gonna do it next vacation.
No.
When we have 3 days off in a row, we're gonna do it.
No.
Yeah, we are.
No. They only come out like at certain times of the year, so you can't just like go willy-nilly whenever
But
you
that's
want.
the other thing is you're not guaranteed to see it.
Sure. You can if you do your research and you stay for a few days.
I don't know.
All right. On to the next thing, Tomato Man.
Well, let's unpop some pins, huh?
Oh. That's what we're doing now? We're unpopping some pins?
Yeah, I could give you more stories. I've got like 50 other ones, but
Nor.
we don't have to.
I can't believe that poor lady. Like so stoked to see the Aurora Borealis and then was like, it's just tomatoes.
Well, the
Did he-
problem here is that she like posted it on social media.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Wow, I guess this is really happening in southern
gosh.
England. We can see it."
It
And then
ain't.
people are like, "Lady, the internet is undefeated and it's a hard place to live
Yeah.
because they're brutal.
Yeah.
And someone on the internet will have the right answer and they will rub it in your face."
That's okay.
So, sorry, lady whose name I've already forgotten. I almost called her Hattie. Hattie.
Her name's not Hattie. I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, you ready to unpop some pins?
I am ready to
Now,
unpop some pins.
There is a good chance we may have debated this last year,
Okay.
but I don't recall. But when
Okay.
I read it, I was like, it's still a good idea
Okay.
that Halloween should be the last Saturday of October every year.
I don't disagree with you.
Right?
It's weird that it happens in the middle of like the week.
Do you think because it's for kids, that's why it's not? And the kids are like, it's a Tuesday and I get to go out on a school night. That's cool. Do you
I think
that's
it's
it?
just the last day of the month.
Yeah, but who chooses this? Like, who chooses Easter?
Easter's?
Easter could be any time of the year, is what it feels like.
It's technically,
Sometimes it's March. Sometimes it's April.
it's like the resurrection.
Sometimes it's 3 days later
of
than you'd
Jesus
expect.
Christ.
I don't know, but it's never on the same day.
No, but it is like on a specific week. It's like the
Yeah,
second
it's-
or third week, whatever it is of.
But it's not. It's not like the third week of April. I think it might have something to do with the seasons,
The solstice?
So
Jinx.
wait, it's Catholicism, Christianity mixed with astronomy,
I don't know.
astrology.
I have no idea.
Anyway, I'm just saying, if Easter can move, if Thanksgiving can be the last Thursday of every...
So what do you say we do with
That's
Christmas?
so smart. What we do with Christmas? The 25th. It's fine. Because we have a culture around it. I love that instead of laughing out loud, you always make an effort to try not to laugh on the show.
It's just so funny.
Why?
Like, Christmas can be Christmas. Who cares? The 25th? Psh, yeah, we'll do that.
That's because we all take time off for Christmas for
Same thing
some
for
reason.
Halloween.
No,
At
we
least
don't.
with Brooklyn School, she doesn't go to school the next day.
That's weird.
So she can be out. It doesn't matter.
She doesn't?
No.
Okay, but still.
Teacher Development Day sucks for teachers, but great for us.
But still, what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
is that there's certain holidays, like you're not going to move New Year's. That has to be where it is. But if Thanksgiving can be the last Thursday of every month in November, why can't Halloween be the last Saturday?
Because it's just on the 31st. It's the
Ew.
last day of October. And I kind of like it that way because I'm ready to get to Christmas.
Well, that's the thing is like once Halloween's over, the next
The tree's
episode of the
going up.
show, it's going to be full Christmas.
The tree is going up next week.
I don't know where it's going up because we have not had a Christmas in our house
Since
the
we
way that it
remodeled?
is now since the two floods.
It's probably going to go where it always goes, and that pot will get moved somewhere else.
Then where will we put that thing you bought from TikTok shop where it's kind of like like a Stairmaster, but just for your feet?
Brooklyn's room, apparently, because she uses it more than any of us.
She uses all the exercise gear more than any of us.
Hey.
I had to tell her to get off the Peloton yesterday.
That's right. It's not a toy.
It's really just a paperweight.
No, it's no paper.
It holds no paper. It holds down the little mat that's on top.
That's true.
That
You
it's on
could get
top
on
of.
it.
I could, but we have all the DJ uplights there that we didn't put back because our house no longer is a fraternity.
Yeah, so you just got to find a place for them, and then
That's
get right
true.
back on. Okay,
We got a lot to do, is what we're saying.
give me another unpop a pin.
And just to put a button on this, we both agree that it should be the last Saturday of October.
We don't.
Thank you.
Perfect.
We both do.
No.
Kelly's really leading the charge. Halloween decorations have gotten out of hand, Kel.
I mean, I agree. I'm here for it on the internet, though. Like, if you want to disco ball your
entire skeleton?
large skeleton, it's cool to watch. I don't want that to be an expectation put on me, though.
Yeah.
But, like, it's cool.
I don't think it is put on you.
And also, I know, I'm just saying, like, socially, I don't want people to be like, well, you got, like, when you get a house, you have to have.
Yeah. Unless
no.
you're in one of those neighborhoods where you, like, sign a contract, like Candy Cane Lane
I
style.
know, but I will say this. That lady that we've been following on TikTok who is making Halloween, like, large Halloween candy.
Oh, she's
I'm
awesome.
like, I can get behind those.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can get behind that. I don't need the scary. I don't like scary season. I don't like scary things. I've never been a go to Universal Horror Nights type of person. Like, it just is not for me. It's not for me. And so when you talk about Halloween decorations, I'm very much like, I'm out because unless it's fun or cute, like those things, I'm like, I will figure out how to make large candy.
Well,
when we have a house.
This is worth talking about. This woman that Kelly's talking about has made so many oversized candy decorations for her front
so
porch.
cool.
It is so awesome. Everything you can think of. A little fun-sized Snickers. Reese's. Lollipops.
Dum Dum.
Oh, and the Reese's is like ripped open and a bite's taken out of it. And these are all like 2 to 3 to 4 feet big. They're huge. They're awesome.
Yeah.
She painted 3D gummy bears on her floor mat.
Nah, it's so cool.
Yeah, it is awesome. So if you haven't checked her out, I'll put a video in here.
She's gum. She has a Fun Dip, which was a really fun one.
The Fun Dip. So cool. So check her out. She's awesome.
Did you give her handle?
Sure did. It's...
All right,
There
I'll
you
look it
go.
up while you do that.
But I actually don't feel the same way about this that you do. I think Halloween decorations have not gotten out of hand. I think Christmas has gotten all of the decoration love.
Yeah.
And no one's like, that's too much Christmas. I think it's fun that people have like 15-foot skeletons in their front yard. I think it's fun that even outside the studio, we have spires from Harry Potter, from Hogwarts.
Yeah, I think they did an amazing job, and I think that's so fun. But I don't want to do it.
It's not affecting me because we don't have to do that. And we never have to do it if we don't want to. But I actually think, I was talking to my therapist about this, I'm starting to understand the fun of the traditions and like why people get excited to do things, which historically I've not understood. But go ahead.
Her handle is Grace of Spades, Grace.of.spades.
Grace of Spades. Check her out. She's awesome.
722.
Okay, so it's not Grace of Spades.
I know. Grace.of.spades 722. Things that she's made: Tootsie Roll, Nerds, Snickers, Fun Dip, Dots, Kit Kat, Double Bubble, Pop Rocks, Dum Dums, Starburst, Pixie Stick, Reese's, Sour Candy, Sugar Daddies. Go check it out. Sorry, it's so fun.
It is really
sorry,
fun.
I didn't mean to, I interrupted you. So sorry. Okay, go.
No, that's it. I really think that I like the absurdity of Halloween decorations. I'm not like a big gory person. You mentioned it for you earlier. Like, I don't do horror nights. I don't do anything like that.
Yeah,
My life has enough horror in it that I just don't need the added gore and horror. But I do like the oversized stuff.
I think this stuff is really fun.
I think it's very fun. So I don't agree with this. I don't think that they've gotten out of hand. I think they need to get crazier.
Sure.
Crazier.
I will say that whenever, if one day we have a house because we bought one, maybe.
Wait, buying a house? What? Finances? Oh man, we should probably talk about stuff like that.
Hardly working through it, maybe.
This week we'll talk about finances.
Yes.
And where you should be and how much you should have and all that stuff.
All the stuff.
Plug.
About that. Tune in. But like I'm down to be like, yeah, let's decorate for Halloween and like let's dress up. You want to have a theme? We could be Clue. We could make it happen.
That's a good one.
You know
I'm
what I mean?
actually more down to decorate than I am to dress up.
Which is so funny because you love that kind of stuff.
I do. I think what happens though is that I get self-conscious about it in the sense that if I'm gonna dress up, I'd like to be something kind of obscure, but like the people who would know it, the costume would be so good and so specific to them that they'd be like, that's amazing. But like 80% of the world wouldn't get it. And so then I always just end up being something generic.
Well, you can dress up for funs, babe, and people will know.
I'm always dressing up as the character that is SP.
That's true. But I'm saying you can do it. I'm totally here for it.
But I don't want to. It's too hard. It's like every time I do a con, like a convention, Comic-Con or D23, I'm like, if I wasn't working these, I would like, and I still wanted to come, I would be cosplaying.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I think that
And I wouldn't because it's freaking hard. Have you seen how good some of these cosplayers are?
Yes.
Where do they get not even just the money, but like the skills to make these things?
I don't know.
They're like sewing and soldering and welding and stitching.
I am not that good.
No, you are pretty good at stuff though. So they haven't gotten out of hand. I've got one more for you, but it's not Halloween related because I thought, let's end on not a spooky thing. And I truly don't know where you're going to fall.
For our last spooky episode.
Yes, of the spooky season. Which, guys, it's almost time for Holly Holidays. I'm so excited. Last Unpop Pin for the week.
Ready.
Mac and cheese on other food items sucks.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? I remember when that stuff started happening, they're like, mac and cheese on a hot dog, mac and cheese on a burger, even bacon mac and cheese, which isn't exactly what we're saying. Yeah. And everyone's like, this is going to be awesome.
But do you want to know why? It's because the mac and cheese they put on top of the stuff is always crappy.
And I agree with that.
Because I was like, if it was good mac and cheese, it'd probably be like if you made it at home, it'd probably be a lot better.
I don't know, because here's the problem with mac and cheese when it's like not in a bowl. When it's in a bowl, it stays melty and gooey and hot. When you spread it out across something, it starts to firm up.
You're right.
And it loses flavor. If you've ever like had a bowl of mac and cheese and finished it, and then you're like going to clean out the pan, you're like, there's still some mac and cheese in here. And you try some, you're
it's
like,
not good.
There was a little bit of fun somewhere wedged between these two noodles. This is not what I was going to say first. But like sometimes where the noodles are touching, you're like, that is still liquid cheese. But the rest is like crusty, unflavorful nonsense.
Yeah, it always sounds better than it is, and I will not order a mac and cheese something.
What does that mean?
Like something with mac and cheese on it. I won't do it.
How do you feel about fried mac and cheese balls?
I don't particularly like them.
They're not as good as they should be. No. If you take a fried mac and cheese ball, I guess, versus a mozzarella stick
every time.
There's no competition.
No, yeah.
But also, that's a lot of cheese to be eating. Have you ever thought about how much cheese you're eating in a mozzarella
100%.
stick?
That's why we don't get them very often.
It's a
for
lot.
the record. Yeah, we don't. That's why we don't like eat it or make it at home or have them in the house.
How do we?
It's not good.
Yeah, we don't fry. There's only one. Fry. We air fry a lot. There's only one thing that we fry at our house, and it's lemon chicken.
Yeah.
The breaded lemon chicken. And even that is a shallow fry.
Yes,
it's not like
It's not a deep fry. It's not a
full submersion.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how people eat that. We saw on Joshua Weissman where he prepared a pizza in a deep fryer. I was like, how do you do that? It's just caked in oil.
That's what they said. They said it was very oily, but crispy.
Yeah, but isn't that the bad part of fried foods?
Yes.
Is the oil?
And I don't want it, and I will not do it.
I don't understand.
That's why we air fry stuff.
We air fry a lot, y'all. Not a sponsor, but the Ninja Foodie air fryer deal.
It's great.
It's pretty cool. They got a double-decker one.
Yeah. It's not just an air fryer. It bakes, it dehydrates, it toasts.
Broils. It does
it
toast.
It broils, it air fries.
It'll do your taxes.
Yep, it does it all.
It does it freaking all. Freaking all.
Freaking all.
Well, that's it for spooky season, babe.
Dang. I can't believe we did it.
We somehow got through. I was like, how are there 5 weeks of spooky season? And all of a sudden, bam.
It's gone. Happy Halloween to everyone tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy. We'll be working a double gig day.
Yep. You've got 2 photo activations. I'm DJing. I'm doing some of those other things with you.
So it'll be a blast.
It's going to be packed. But you actually have quite a few things happening between now and the time that we get to do another show.
I fly to Salt Lake tomorrow.
Salt Lake City? In fact, that's not real. That's where you fly to, but not where you're going.
Park City, Utah.
Park City, Utah.
They don't talk like that there.
I don't think they do. I think they go, do you want a soda? I think that's how they talk in Park City.
Let's go to Swig.
You want a snowboard?
Yeah.
I saw on TikTok, I think I sent it to you. It was like the secret lives of Mormon wives, those women on the show, but as skeletons in someone's front yard.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, so they all have the big hair and the Swig soda cups and all that. Oh, to be internet famous.
One day.
So you're going to Park City. If you have any Park City recommendations, it'll be too late by the time you give them to us because Kellie is leaving before this airs.
Tuesday morning.
With Smashley May is going with you.
Smashley May.
Hope you guys have a great time up
I
there.
think we will. It's going to be really fun.
I have to stick around here because I am working.
I know, which I just learned.
Yep.
I mean, I knew, but reminded.
I'm doing an award show for Cisco Foods, which is basically if you've eaten anywhere ever.
Yeah.
That's who provides the food.
That's right.
It's just kind of weird when you think about it. Like every restaurant is basically serving the same food, just in different preparations. It kind of all comes from like one place.
We talked about this. It was very odd. I was like, that's so weird. It's so true to see because I used to see so many Cisco boxes and things from when I worked at Chick-fil-A.
Now, when you hear the word Cisco, do you immediately think food?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what you think.
I think late 90s, early 2000s rapper Cisco.
You know what's funny is I was like,
the thong song.
I was like, I know there's another reference there. I just don't know what it is. But because I knew it was a company, I was like, oh yeah, Cisco.
She's got dumps like a truck. That's like what?
Flagged. Just kidding. Sorry, call back.
Let me sing it again. She's got. Anyway, that's what I always think of.
Yeah, and since you named who you're working for.
You gonna name who you're working for?
I'm working with Delta.
No, not who you're flying out there. Who are you working for?
Yeah, I'm flying on Delta to work for Delta.
What? Deltaception?
Yeah.
You must be like kind of cool. You got major airlines booking you and flying you places.
That's right.
BMBL, Bumble Booth, y'all. In case you didn't know what Kellie does, she runs her own business. You can check it out on Instagram or TikTok.
At BMBL Booth.
But probably just Instagram because I don't think we've done much on TikTok, have we?
I have.
Yeah, but compared to Instagram, your Instagram is a variable who's who of modern celebrities that have been in your booth.
That's true.
It's very cool. She's kind of cool. She don't brag,
cool.
So I got to do it for her.
Thanks, babe.
I got to do it. So yeah, you've got that gig. We've got a gig with NBC Universal coming up.
It's true.
On Halloween, plus a house party that we're doing.
For our friend Tamara.
Tamara.
I've never met in person, but I'm excited to meet her.
It's going to be a good time. And then that's about it. We got some other stuff, but we can save it for later, depending on how it goes and how we feel about all that stuff. It's an insane week. That's really all that there is to it.
It is true.
It's a busy week, but it's going to be a good one.
Hopefully this week we'll have some time to hardly work, but we are working hard this week. But we hope that you spend most of your time hardly working. Bye. Okay, I'm done.